A successful data scientist needs to wear multiple hats in their work. She is able to break down complex topics into digestible bits, has to use programming language to work with large quantities of data, has a good understanding of foundational topics such as statistics, mathematics, and probability, needs industry know-how in order to ask relevant questions, and is able to present her findings to company leadership in a compelling way. What we've just described is a data science unicorn, an individual every company dreams of hiring. And in this video, we'll reflect on the 5 critical skills you need to master if you aim for greatness in the data science field. Being aware of the importance of these abilities at the beginning of your learning journey would hopefully provide you with enough time to hone these skills in the long run. Let's end the suspense here, shall we? To become a full-fledged data scientist, you need to perfect your business knowledge, quant foundational skills such as mathematics, statistics, probability, and so on, programming abilities, analytics capabilities, and communication style. Let's go through each of these aspects and define why it is very important. First, we have business knowledge. Essentially, to be able to ask meaningful questions, create hypotheses, delve into deeper analysis, and ultimately come up with actionable insights, you have to be able to understand a company's business. For example, how the firm provides value to its clients and why they use the product. What do the unit economics of the business look like? How the business generates sales? Which marketing channels are more important? What the typical user behavior is for that company? And so on. All of these questions would determine the quality of your work. You can't answer them without acquiring sufficient business acumen. We've built the 365 Data Science program in a way that teaches you business rationale hand in hand with the technical skills needed to master in order to become a data scientist. Feel free to check out our courses on data strategy, intro to business analytics, data literacy, and data-driven growth to gain a good idea of what knowledge you need. The second group of crucial skills is your Quant Foundation. Every data scientist worth their salt has solid statistics, math, and probability knowledge. You don't have to know formulas by heart, but being able to understand foundational concepts would allow you to apply machine learning algorithms and hypothesis tests with an understanding of how they work. This is one of the reasons why the 365 Data Science program teaches fundamentals in statistics and probability before moving on to programming. Having said that, you can't be a great data scientist if you don't know how to code in SQL and Python, or even R. In this field, SQL is an absolute must. It allows you to work with structured data and make your own queries, join tables, and basically explore the database as much as you want without too many obstacles in the way. Python and R are tools that the seasoned data scientist uses to clean and manipulate data, and potentially perform some more advanced analysis and data visualization. Another important pillar in data science work is having analytics capabilities. What this means is you will need to break down complex topics into smaller bits, read data to uncover hidden patterns, and leverage the power of data visualization. All of these aspects are essential on the job and increase the quality of your work. The more you exercise and drill down on various datasets and dashboards, the better your analytics capabilities will be. And finally, a data scientist needs solid communication skills. It might sound inconsequential now, but hear us out. It is great when you have performed amazing analyses that have significant value and add potential. However, if you don't manage to convey your point to management, your work as a data scientist would have been in vain. A skilled communicator would be able to expertly choose the arguments based on the person they talk to. They'll likely adapt the type of information, tailoring it to the specific audience at hand. This type of soft skill is difficult to acquire before you are on the job, but you should be mindful of its importance nonetheless. Okay, we can wrap it up here. If you manage to acquire these skills, then you'd certainly be the perfect data scientist that companies dream of hiring. And if you're only at the beginning of your journey, don't worry. The 365 Data Science offers self-paced courses led by renowned industry experts. Starting from the very basics all the way to advanced specialization, you will learn by doing with a myriad of practical exercises and real-world business cases. If this sounds good, and you want to get a taste of the education style through a selection of free lessons, then sign up using the link in the description. We hope you enjoyed this video. Please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more useful tips for breaking into data science. Thanks so much, and see you soon.